He sat back on the armchair, leaning forward with his elbows on his knees, and held his glass with both hands, turning it round and round. Everything was about to go weird again. I could feel it. I'm going to explain something to you, but I'm not going to tell you the whole story all in one go. It would be too much. I'm going to tell you one thing, and that will be difficult enough to believe. But I just would like you to listen. And then if you like, you can throw me out and never see me again. I know you'll want to, but I have a feeling you won't. There didn't seem to be anything for me to say to this, so I just got up and got another bottle of wine from the kitchen. Sounds like we might need this. Sorry it's not claret. All the same, that's a very good idea, he said. He waited for me to pour the wine and sit down. In the silence, my mind was racing. What was he going to tell me? Why should it be so unbelievable? But why me? We'd only met each other twice now, and not long enough to be telling each other our darkest secrets. Yet I had myself been doing just that, hadn't I? And was this really only the second time we had met? It felt like years, as if we were old friends. I had no idea what he was about to tell me, but I supposed it was going to be something about himself. Something he'd done, perhaps, and this was a sort of confession. I felt a little nervous, and I prepared myself for something shocking and hoped I'd be able to cope with it. It was then that he said the thing that was so outside what I was expecting that I did not quite understand it at first. I knew your mother before you were born. It would not have been a startling statement from someone who looked at least 20 years older than me. A surprise and a coincidence, perhaps, but it would have been quite real. Coming from someone who looked no older than 35, about the same age as me, it took some thinking about. I stared at him for a while before I realised that what he had just said was pretty well impossible. You must have been very young, I said. He looked at me in his steady, calm way. No, he said. No, not very young. I was an adult. That's impossible. I told you wouldn't believe me. It was true. He had. But that didn't make it any easier to believe now.